Let me give you an advantage that Illinois has against UConn, and the advantage is called time. UConn, Michigan State, and Jim Boeheim coached Syracuse were always difficult to beat in the second game of a weekend in the tournament. Why? Because in one practice, you have to figure out the Syracuse 2-3 zone.
Oh, yeah.
In one practice, you have to figure out the multitude of inbounds plays and offenses that Tom Izzo wants to run. In one practice, the multitude of sets that Dan Hurley runs, you have to get used to. Your best shot of taking these teams out, besides talent, is time. Illinois is going to face UConn this week. They've had all week now to get ready for the sets that UConn runs. And UConn's not shooting the ball well right now either. And that is... time is going to be their greatest ally going into this. They're talented to begin with, and I'll give Brad Underwood a lot of credit. This is not the team he started the season with. There's a kid that's buried on the bench right now that started for them in November when they played UConn the last time. Right? Kid was a starting point guard. Yep. He's on the bench. Wagler came off the bench. And they are smarter in how they play the game, because what he did was, after playing games in November, he then adapted his coaching to his talent in season. There are guys that already knew his system. Boswell knew the system. Hummerhouse knew the system. Jake Davis knew the system. Thomas Avicic knew the system. The others didn't. At the same time, what do we talk about in coaching? You have to figure out what you guys can do and what they can't do. What are they capable of? What aren't they capable of? And the this is this is what he's been able to do. I'm giving him a lot of credit here. You know, I mean, like I said, Brad is incredibly gracious in victory. He is not that way in defeat. And that's always been my biggest complaint about him. But with this team, he has done a great job of getting this team to play well. And he's done it by figuring out what they can and can't do. They play very much like an Eastern European team because they have a lot of Eastern Europeans on there. But they play very much like that way. And because they have time, they are going to have to it'll give them a better chance against UConn because you have more time to prepare. This is what they do. And again, one of the keys to coaching is not what you know as the coach. It's what they know.
What they know. Absolutely.
So if you can give them the basics on what UConn does because you've had time to do it, it gives you a better shot. Thanks for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones. Catch the latest from me on the 7 Mountain Sports YouTube page. Find clips of the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by searching up 7 Mountain Sports.